Tigertail tells a story about a man who reflects on the lost love of his youth in his long-ago journey from Taiwan to America as he begins to reconnect with his estranged daughter. Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Movie Files. Elliot here today to talk about the new Netflix drama film, Tigertail, which I'm very excited to share my thoughts with you all and let you know if it's worth checking out over the weekend on Netflix. Before we dive into it, as you all can see on the screen now, if you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. Give this video a thumbs up so you can get more reviews like this, but also I really appreciate the thumbs up and it really helps out the channel. Also, if you're not already, make sure you're following me on all my social media accounts. And last but not least, if and when you have seen this film, Tigertail, what did you think about the performances? What did you think about the story? And let me know if you're excited to see more from Alan Yang, who directed this film. I thought he did a really good job. I'm going to talk about it here in this review, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So this was a film that was on my radar for a bit now. A friend of mine, Connor, who I'm a big fan of his work on Instagram. He's a big supporter of this channel here at Movie Files on YouTube. And he had mentioned to me a couple months ago, like, man, this is film. I can't remember if he saw the movie or if he just heard really good things about it, but he had said, hey, there's a movie coming out on Netflix in April that you should be really excited for because it's really good. So I queued it up, saw the trailer a couple weeks ago. And just based on the trailer alone, I was already hooked into the story. It seemed like a very personal story, a story about love and a story about regret and just things that I'm really into in regards to dramas. And I was just really excited to see this cast come together. And we're going to start off with the positives, guys. As the trailer did for me, it hit me emotionally, and this film did the same thing as far as the trailer presented itself. This was a story about a man's life, about his journey, about lost love, about regret, about, seeing things from the past affecting the future. And I thought that the story was just beautifully told, starting off with the director, Alan Yang, who I'm very familiar with his work. I watched Parks and Rec. I know he directed 2 episodes and wrote like 16 episodes. Masters of None, which is another show on Netflix that I really enjoyed. He directed like 2 episodes and wrote like 10. I mean, he's a really, really great writer. And this was his directorial debut. And this was a fantastic directorial debut. You can just tell from my research that I'd done, this was a very personal story to him. This is slightly loosely based on his family heritage and some of the things that he witnessed as a kid. And you could just tell that this was personal to him from the opening scene all the way to the last shot of the movie. Just attention to detail. The performances were just so authentic and so raw and so genuine. You could just tell that that this comes from the director, from Alan. And it's so funny because his name was brought up in movie news a couple of days ago in regards to he was meeting with Marvel, which very excited to see him do a Marvel film. But I'm just excited to see his work moving forward, whether it be on TV or feature films. I think he's such a great director. And again, this was a really well done, solid performance in regards to first-time directorial debut. Again, the attention to detail, the choice that he made to use kind of this old kind of footage to kind of show the past time of our main character, who in IMDb, they call him Grover, but in the movie they call him something else. So I don't know if it's just a different translation, but our main character, Grover, from seeing him from his young childhood, seeing him to a teenager, and then seeing him as an adult and seeing him as an older man was just such a fascinating journey. And again, it goes without a great director who also wrote the script, and it was just such an authentic story, just from, going into the performances here a bit. We have American Hong Kong actor Tzi Ma, who I've been a big fan of since, seeing him as a kid in Rush Hour and obviously seeing him in other films. He's such a great performer, a great actor, and he's great in this film. Again, just seeing his story as a child, kind of his upbringing, how he was kind of told certain things, how kind of set in place in him as a young age to not have many emotions, not crying when things don't go your way, and just seeing how that kind of translates to him meeting his first love and seeing him making a decision he made to go to America, which was very hard for him. And you could tell that kind of sat on him for the majority of his life. And I just love the journey that we got with him. Really, the thing I was very surprised with was that connection between him and his estranged daughter, played by Christine Ko, who I wasn't too familiar with whatsoever, but she did such a great job. And the chemistry between them two was just fantastic. And you just saw the tragedy in their story. You all might be able to relate to this. I didn't have the closest relationship to my dad, but not to this extent. This was, the dad, he was there, Grover's character was there her whole life. He provided things for her, but they just didn't have that personal connection. And not to the end of the movie where you see their story kind of be told, and she hears from her dad perspective kind of what he went through and how he was kind of raised, was just a fantastic journey and just a well done story. And the way everything kind of unfolded was very emotional for me because it's just such a well done film, and I just can't recommend this movie enough, guys. So kind of get into some of the criticisms with the film. Again, we're watching this man's journey between showing all of the 4 important women in his life, from his mother to his first love to his wife to his daughter. I wish we would have spent like maybe 10 to 15 minutes with each of those characters before we can get a little bit more meat, a little bit more development within those characters. But that's just kind of a minor thing. But one of the things that did kind of stand out to me was I wish that the story, the way that the story was told, where we're getting flashbacks and we're getting the present time, I wish that those two stories would have weaved into each other more and were more connected. And that would have just been a little bit more effective for me. But those are just minor things compared to last week's movie that I watched on Netflix, Coffee and Kareem, which was not that good. You can watch my review on that movie, but this was a really well done story. Again, it's a drama. It's a story about, again, love, regret, and making amends for relationships that you wish that you could have paid more attention to and show more love to, and people, showing that you appreciate the people that's in your life. So Tiger Trail, guys, I can't recommend this film enough. It is subtitles for the majority of the film, which does not bother me at all. I was still able to connect to the characters and follow the story, but I know some people aren't as fans of subtitles as we know with Parasite and all that conversation that was brought up. But again, if you can ignore the subtitle issue and just enjoy the story, I think you would really enjoy this film as much as I did. So with that being said, highly recommend you all check it out, and I'll give this film a solid 4 out of 5, and I recommend you guys check it out on Netflix if you get the chance to see it this weekend. So definitely check it out, and when you do, let me know your thoughts on the film. Give this video a thumbs up, really helps out the channel. I will be back later tonight. If you're watching this on Friday, April 10th, I will be having a watch along for The Joker, so definitely tune in for that tonight. Or if you're watching this video for whenever you were watching it, make sure you watch the replay of that watch along. So follow me on all my social media accounts. Again, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new content. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.